Welcome to the Fantasy Trash Talk channel, where unlike Jordan Poole, we always hit first with the best facts and news about fantasy basketball. In this video, we're going to be evaluating a draft, a real draft that happened a couple days ago in the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl. A viewer, Samir, thank you so much, Samir, sent in all of the teams. You guys are always like, evaluate my team, evaluate my team. That's not fun for the viewers, but if you send me your entire draft, then what I can do is look at these picks and we can go team by team and kind of talk about who had a good draft, who had a bad one, and hopefully learn some things. So I'm going to make myself small here and try to take up less space in between CJ McCollum and Kevin Porter Jr. I'm just going to squeeze my little face right there, and we're going to go team by team. Okay, team number one that we're looking at is called Big Baller Brand. So all they have to do, drafting from the number one spot. By the way, I believe this was either a $25 or $50 buy-in, but you have an opportunity for winner takes all for up to $4,500. It's weird scoring, but this is a 12-team draft. So I'm going to be talking as if it was a 12-team snake. The first team that we're going to talk about is Big Baller Brand. Now, I'll tell you this. If you're drafting first this year, all you have to do is not mess it up. Nikola Jokic is so good, he's a cheat code. So all you have to do is be awake, try to keep your blood alcohol level below 0.12, and you're going to have a good draft. And Big Baller Brand did not do that, okay? He goes Bam Adebayo in the second round. Okay. Demar Derozan in the third round, which is basically pick 25. I don't like it. There's a lot better players that you can get there. Also, he's 3 picks in, and he's basically committed to punting 3 points made. He's also got scoring issues. So he's got 3-point made issues. He's got scoring issues. As we see with his later picks, he's going to have some free throw issues. So he's kind of forcing Joker into a triple punt. Why do I not like that? Because Joker is good at everything across the board. Rob Williams, we love Rob Williams on this channel, but we love Rob Williams when we're getting him in the 6th and 7th and 8th round, not when we're getting him in the 5th round. Now I get, if you're like looking at the chart and you're like, oh, I'm going to punt points. That's not the point of punting. Points as an alliteration for you. This draft is full of him reaching for picks. Rob Williams was a reach. Kyle Lowry is a reach in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th round. Ugh. Trey Jones, probably not a reach, but a Kongwu, Herb Jones. I actually like this pick. This is the first pick that I've seen him make that I'm going, oh wow, that's a lot of value. Herb Jones is kind of sick here. Brook Lopez, Thibault, Donovan Mitchell. Whoop, got to keep it back on that. I'm not in love with any of those. Let's look at the second pick. Dip is the player. Dip. It's a Giannis pick. No surprise there with number 2. Jamal Murray, Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, looking at this second player, I like Giannis. If you're gonna draft Ja, I like Ja paired with Giannis. They fit together really well. The only problem that I'm having is Kristaps Porzingis is just not a good fit. 1, that early in the 3rd round, and 2, paired with Giannis and Ja. The fit of your top 3 picks is bad. He does redeem that a little bit with De'Aaron Fox. I like the spot that he got De'Aaron Fox. I also think that De'Aaron Fox fits incredibly well with Giannis and John Morant, so you got some synergy going on there. I think Josh Giddey in, what is this, the 6th round? Yeah, 6th round Josh Giddey could be a lot of value. 7th round Tyrese Maxey, I like that a lot. PJ Washington, Kyle Kuzma, Andrew Wiggins. We're just seeing a classic punt free throw team. And here's your problem, number 1. The team that had, I'll try to go a little faster as we go through these teams. But here's your problem, Joker owner. You went punt points and punt free throw, but so did the Giannis owner. So you fell into the trap. Instead of utilizing Joker as the Swiss Army knife, I know he's not Swiss, but instead of using him as the Swiss Army knife that he is and being good at all the categories, now what you've done is you've limited yourself and you've fallen right into the punt free throw trap of the number 2 pick. And honestly, the number 2 pick is kind of kicking the butt. Yeah, the number 2 pick is doing a lot better. All right, let's head over to number 3. Trigger Man, Joel Embiid, Cade Cunningham. You know what? I'm not gonna look at the rest of his team. You picked Cade Cunningham in the 2nd round. No, bad. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep doing the rest of the teams, but my viewers know not to pick Cade Cunningham in the 2nd round. If you're new to the channel, again, like and subscribe. We give you the best content that's out there. But Cade Cunningham in the second round. In the 2nd round? What, you didn't think he wasn't going to be there in the 3rd round? He was going to be there in the 3rd round, unless you're playing in a taco league. Why are you picking a player that in most ranking systems was like 29? Oh, no, not even 29. His best value in a punt that I could put together from last year was like 67. That was So you think he's going to improve at 8? I'm sorry, that just made me a little angry. I've had a small amount of intoxicants today, and that pick makes me angry. There's no value there. In the number 4th position, Luke Kinho with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's controversial at the 4, but there really isn't a consensus for who the 4. I just want to go back to Triggerman for a second. Cade Cunningham, boo this man. If you're in the comment section right now, just put a boo for how bad that pick was. Okay, so we're talking about Luke Kinho picking Kevin Durant with the 4th pick. We go KD, Sabonis, Jimmy Butler. I do think that he might have picked each of these players just a little early. And when I say just a little early, maybe the best ADP for Kevin Durant is 5 or 6 and you're picking him 4. Maybe the best ADP for Sabonis is like 22 and it looks like you're picking him like 17 or 15. And then Jimmy Butler, it's like you're right there. The picks are good. The fit is not great, but it's okay. But the picks are good, but you're just a little early. I think Donovan Mitchell kind of fell to you here in the 4th round. So Lukinho had a pretty good 4th round pick. Donovan Mitchell is about as good of a 4th rounder as you're going to be able to get. Green is okay. I don't hate it. I think it's a little bit of a reach, but not as much as Cade Cunningham. I'm sorry. Devin Vassell. I mean, here's the thing, okay? I don't like these 3 picks in a row. You go Green, Vassell, and Keldon Johnson. Is there a good chance 1 or 2 or even all of these players have really good years this year? Yes, there is. But all 3 of these players did not perform last year at the ADP, at the slot that you're picking them. So you're hoping for everything to go right and for all of them to go better. Statistically speaking, when you take a group of promising young players, a few of them will make that leap, but not all of them. Not everyone that's going from like a 2nd year to 3rd year player becomes an all-star. There's only 30 or so all-star spots. The reason I say so is sometimes players get injured. Okay. Do we need to keep looking at this pick? Al Horford's really solid. Cole Anthony, he did this draft before the news about Suggs came out. I think Derek White and Melton. Hartenstein is great value. Overall, if I'm grading these so far, Big Baller Brand is like a C-. The number 2 pick is like a B+. The number 3 pick is an F. Do not pick Cade Cunningham in the 2nd round. And then this guy right here, you know what? Solid B. Solid B. He did really well with his first 4 picks. And then I think he overreached a little bit for the younger players. Okay, let's slide this thing over here to look at our next 4 teams. Am I learning OBS? I'm learning OBS. Just got the filter set up so it doesn't cut off for you guys. Okay, so now we're looking at the Luka owner who picked here in the 5th position. The One Drew Champs is the name of the team. We go Luka, Rudy Gobert, Drew Holiday, and Jakob Poeltl. So Luka in the 5th, we don't love it, but it's okay. Rudy Gobert, great fit with Luka. Drew, really solid. Jakob Poeltl. What I'm seeing here is that we now have our 3rd punt free throw team, guys. Notice that. When multiple teams have the same strategy going into the draft, I'm going to punt free throw. No, I'm going to punt free throw. Me. Well, I have Zion. I have to punt free throw. So you now see the 3rd team that looks like it's clearly punt free throw here with the One Drew Champs. And you'll see that players panic when they see their players going off the board, so they start to all reach. That means you collectively as a group lose. So when I'm seeing Jakob Poeltl in the 4th round, it's kind of a reach. You've reached. And then I see Draymond Green in the 5th. You've double reached. And you have to keep doubling down on that. And now it almost looks like the dude's starting to punt points because Vanderbilt, Marcus Smart, Draymond Green, these are players that excel and punt points. Ijax, Fultz, Conley. This draft, I don't think it came together. Luka is not the best guy at all for a punt points build because so much of his value comes from points and threes. Did you get enough assists even? I mean, your 3rd best assist source is Draymond. Shout out to Always Punch First Draymond. You're an asshole. We don't like you. I mean, he's entertaining. When I say I don't like Draymond, like I played a lot of team sports and that's just not how you treat a teammate. Okay. This guy, I don't think he had a great draft. I'm not going to rate it. I'm too lazy for that. 6th pick. Team's just called Fantasy Basketball. James Harden with the 6th pick. I think you're starting to get really good value here, right? When you can get James Harden in the 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever pick, and you don't have to reach for him in the 4th, there's a ton of possible upside there. A little bit of injury risk with James Harden, which is why I don't love Kyrie Irving, right? In a vacuum, Kyrie Irving is definitely talented enough to be taken there. But when you take Harden and Irving together, They both have a lot of injury risk. They both have a lot of head issues. So like you're risking a lot of games not played there. Bradley Beal, totally solid pick. Vooch, solid pick. Jaylen Brown, actually high value. Getting Jaylen Brown in the 5th round is chef's kiss. Vanderbilt's chef's kiss. Markkanen in the 7th. Sexton in the 8th. Sexton in the 8th. It's really good value. Ooh, Jeremy Grant in the 9th. Brandon Clark. You just nailed like 6 picks in a row. What is that? How many is that? Let's start at Beal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks in a row. I think just nailed. And then you pick up McGee in like the 11th round. Poku in the 12th. Oh. Io in the last pick. Wow. Really well done. Really well done by, who is that? I'm sorry that the screen's going all over the place. Fantasy Basketball had an incredible draft. This player knows what they're doing. Okay. Next guy is going to be actually Samir. Samir is the one who sent this in. Samir is no waifu, no leifu. And he was picking in the 7th position. Sorry, guys. I'm moving this around a little bit. Is that clear? That's clear enough. Yeah. So no waifu, no leifu was picking in the 7th position. He goes Tyrese Halliburton with the 7th pick. DeJounte Murray, Chris Paul. And I've seen this before. And we did a couple videos here where we were in the 10th slot. I think we did another one in the 11th where we did a pump points build, which is really strong. And our first 3 guards in that build were Halliburton, Murray, and Chris Paul. I like the build a little better when you're picking around 9, 10, 11. It fits a little better there. And this, you know what? I don't think Halliburton's a bad pick at 7, but the fact that he's usually available at 9, 10, 11, you have higher chance of getting some of the other guys you want. So these first 3 picks I think are solid. Unfortunately, if you do have that wheel pick, sometimes you can end up getting Chris Paul with your 4th rounder. You weren't able to do that. Ben Simmons. You know, in my earliest drafts, I was able to get Ben Simmons in like the 8th round. And in auction, I got him once for $8 like a week ago. Now that he's played 2 preseason games, his value is skyrocketing. You know, in a punt points, in a punt free throw build, Ben Simmons is a monster. I want you to notice something, though. This is the 4th team that has clear punt free throw aspirations, right? One of the reasons why we preach, look, if you have to reach, then you just go best player available. Because Ben Simmons here in the 4th, yes, he probably fits what you're doing, but you're taking him a little too early and you're absorbing all of the downside, all of the risk. Sengun in the 5th is fine. I don't like it. I'm not going to call it a bad pick. He definitely has the upside, but he's got some issues with foul rate. There's some possible issues with tanking. It's an okay pick. Jalen Smith in the 6th round. I don't think you have a lot of upside there. Guys, I got to scroll down for you. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Mitch Robinson in the 7th round. Excellent value. Nick Claxton in the 8th. Excellent value. Caruso, excellent. Adams, I don't like it, mostly because of age and injury risk. Patrick Beverly, I love it. Walker Kessler, I love it. Lonzo Ball, actually, as a stash with your last pick. I'm going to say overall, right, the only 3 picks. I'm thinking you could have got Ben Simmons a round or 2 later. I'm thinking that you could have got a more proven player for your build than Sengun. And I'm thinking that Jalen Smith would have been available 2 rounds later. Other than that, you got a lot of value in your later picks. Overall, I'm going to grade you a B+. Thank you for submitting it. You know, we love the guys on the channel. Let's see. How can I scroll over here? I can't scroll over anymore, so we're just going to have to do some manual editing. So the next team is the 8th pick, Butler team. We have a Steph Curry pick here at 8. That's a lot of value for Steph. Paul George fits. Chef's kiss with Steph Curry. Kawhi Leonard, ton of upside. You know, you got a little bit of injury risk with all 3 of your first players and a lot of sitting risk, but talent for talent and fit. It works really well together. I don't hate Ayton. Ayton's value is definitely 4th round, but you know the Phoenix Suns and Ayton are not getting along right now. There's a lot of drama there. There's some question marks on him, so we'll call that like an average pick. Ingram fits with the general direction. Nurkic probably around early. D'Angelo Russell fits. Simons fits. Jalen Suggs, you know, hindsight's 20/20. I think this was a little early for Suggs before he got hurt. Obviously now it's bad. Bobby Portis, excellent pick. Duarte, solid. Barnes, solid. Bones Highland with the last one. I like it. I like it. Overall, I'm saying the Steph owner had a A- to B+ draft. I don't see any picks that I hate. And there's a cohesion. These players fit together in a clear punt field goal percentage. Probably it's also a punt block build. Okay, can you guys see Minnesota Maulers? Yes, you can. Let me move myself around a little bit. Minnesota Maulers in the 9th pick, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Pascal Siakam. I think it's a little early for LeBron. We love LeBron per game. You know, he's a top 5 player last year, but his age, the way he's talking, you know, you just can't count on LeBron to be massively consistent for an entire season. We can usually do better with our 2nd pick there. I think Siakam has a lot of upside here where you got him in the 3rd round. Miles Turner in the 4th, chef's kiss. Zach LaVine, you know, a lot of people are down on him. In the mid rounds and like the late 4th, early 5th, I have no problem with Zach LaVine just because of the massive amounts of scoring he provides. 6th round, Jalen Brunson, thumbs up. We like that. Paulo in the 7th is okay. Buddy Hield, Keegan Murray, Gordon Hayward. Yeah. So as I look at these picks, not only do I think the picks are solid and you're mixing in the right amount of upside, but also, besides the LeBron pick, I don't see a lot of injury risk. You know, in hindsight now, maybe this guy was thinking, you know what, I took some injury risk with LeBron, so he erred towards safer bets. Overall, this is an A draft. That's a ton of talent that you were able to put together in the, 7, 8, 9th pick. Well done. Is LaMelo Ball on the screen? Yes, he is. So in the 10th position, heroes. LaMelo Ball, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards. All young, all have a lot of upside, minimal injury risk. I think you're nailing it at 10. I think that's great. I'm not going to really nitpick. I think that there's great synergy from your top 3. SGA in the 4th. I have seen SGA go in the 5th and 6th. I think you reached a little bit here. This draft was done after the injury was announced, but before the return date. Obviously, SGA should play this year. There's no reason not to. He might even be available for the opener. But uncertain injury risk plus the Oklahoma City Thunder makes me think in most of the expert leagues that I've seen, SGA could have been available for you later. And look, one pick after you. Wait, I don't know if this one was reversal. I don't know if Miles Turner was available or Scotty Barnes was available. But I like both of the guys and Terry Rozier. So you could have either picked Turner or Rozier or Barnes. And so I think you reached a little bit with SGA. And you could have gone for probably more upside, more consistency, and health. Desmond Bane in the 5th, excellent job. Julius Randle, garbage in the 6th. Don't like that pick. Tyler Hero in the 7th. I see what you're doing here with a guard-oriented build. You get a great big man fit with Kelly Olynyk. You know, Kelly Olynyk definitely fits in the 8th round. What you're trying to do with mostly a guard-oriented team. And then we got Tobias Harris. You got him late. I think he's going to have a down year, but you got him at the right place. Covington, Rocco, RJ Barrett, Reggie Jackson, Bogdanovich. Yeah, you know what? Solid. B+. B+ for this guy. Let's see. I need to now move this image over if I'm going to be able to show you guys. Oh, I did it. Last 2 picks. All right. Well, hold on, guys. We're doing this live. There we go. It's ugly, but it works. Okay, we're looking at Rick Clean, who picked Trae Young with the 11th pick. All right. Anthony Davis and Trae Young. No problem so far. Zion in the 3rd. I'm not a believer of Zion in the 3rd. I own 2 or 3 Zions in the first 5 drafts that I've done. In auction, I'm getting Zion for $20 or less in sharp leagues. That puts him at like a late 4th or 5th round player. You're making yourself pay dearly for all of the injury risk when you pick Zion Williamson. Where do I want to put my face? Where you pick Zion Williamson in the 3rd, you're paying the full price for his injury. When you get him in the 4th or 5th, he has that top tier upside, and you're absorbing the fact that, okay, he might miss some games due to injury. Okay. Scotty Barnes in the 4th, I think that's great. Collins in the 5th is okay. It's just solid. Jamal Murray, you know, he tweaked like a hammy or something again, and I hate to say I told you so, but you know, we always root for players to be healthy, but with the length of his rehab and the lack of information we have, I just think there's better players that are available that you can get in the 6th. I hate Christian Wood in the 7th. I hate it. Luka kills usage, stops it dead. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good stash, but when you have Murray, Christian Wood. Now you have Jaren Jackson Jr. and you already had Zion and Anthony Davis. You're just stacking up injury risk, a ton of injury risk. Gary Trent in the 9th is amazing value. We love that. John Wall in the 10th is fine. Looks like he grabbed a couple rookies in the 12th and 13th with Williams and Mathurin. Daniel Gafford for his last pick. Yeah, so I'm going to say this is a C draft for clean. And the reasoning behind that is there's too much combined injury risk. Way too many players with a strong injury history. I just think you're going to miss a lot of games. All right, last pick of this draft, Cal Blend with Damian Lillard, Karl Anthony Towns, Fred VanVleet, Terry Rozier as a first 4. So I'll tell you right now, wow. First 4 is strong, very strong. Karl Anthony Towns just got sick. It is concerning. He was recently cleared to walk. We just don't know, if Karl Anthony Towns is going to miss time, if he's going to be diminished. But you just got him at 13. People are panicking. I mean, here's the thing. It was some kind of flu or virus. He could just get some fluids, eat, take a couple naps, and be good to go in a month. And you got a 6 or 7 pick, and most people's drafts are a 4 or 5 pick, and you got him at 13. This is the best value I've seen for Karl Anthony Towns. Damian Lillard in the 12th definitely has first-round potential. You definitely pick Dame at a buy low opportunity. Fred VanVleet fits so well with Damian Lillard, and Terry Rozier fits so well. Just your first 3 guards, those 3 can play like top 15 players in the right punt, field goal, punt, block, punt, rebound build together. So you just nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. I don't love, in the next round, he goes Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is expected to not miss a lot of time, but you already took Karl Anthony Towns, who's kind of recovering. So it's like, let's keep track of how much injury risk this dude absorbs, because I really loved his first 4 picks. So Middleton's some. OG's healthy. That's an incredible pick in the 6th. Clint Capella is valuable for a lot of reasons in the 7th, not just what he provides, but also his trade value. And there are 4 other teams that are going punt free throw. You go Michael Porter Jr. in the 8th. You know what? If I'm wrong, I'll tell you guys on this channel. I've been saying I think Michael Porter Jr. hasn't been worth the risk. I've been seeing a lot of players take him in the 60s and 70s, but getting him here in the 8th round, I think that's an appropriate place. If you're going to draft Michael Porter Jr. and you can do it in the 7th or 8th round, there's usually guys that I'm going to like better, so I'm going to go for those guys. But that's a pretty great spot to be drafting him. He had a great preseason game the other day. I think Spencer Dinwiddie's a little bit of a reach here in the 9th round. Bogdanovich is a boring pick at 10. Zubac is great value in the 11th round. Got to scroll down here so you can see that. We love KCP, Norm, and Dort to close out. So I think this was the best guy of the draft, in my opinion. I think the most upside, the most balance, the most cohesion. So Cal Blend wins it for me with an A+ draft. But you know what, guys? That's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. If you want me to analyze and show you more real drafts, what I need is for you guys who are already drafted, message me on Instagram or email me full pictures of your drafts. It would be easier for me if you cut it up and you did one team at a time. So you sent me like 12 photos or 4 photos of 3 teams each. It's kind of hard for me to navigate, but I think we got it done for the most part. This was a league rating video, and if you guys like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll have a bunch more drafts for you coming out soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.